to the Y.
The radio station with more. You're listening to the radio station.
You're listening to.
This is
Radio Biafra.
This is my song for freedom.
He tastes the beat.
They call me Chris Jokey. Even though I walk through the valley of shadow of death, I fear no evil, for still God damn is always with me. Yeah, He's always with me. And the sun will rise. My brothers will be coming home. Yeah, we made it through the sun to home. We gave our blood to redeem our land, and no time is too late. To join me, let us get it now. With happiness we all rejoice. 'Cause we are the children of God. I am talking about a holy land, yeah, where God will always reign, and the sun will shine again. So we the people rejoice, yeah, where no one will tell me, yeah, that my song is suicidal, that I will lose my life for singing song, where there is freedom of speech. Mr. Mepho will remind us, yeah, that we are children of the Most High God. In Jerusalem we meet again, yeah, 'cause we are the children of God, and the sun will rise. My brothers will be coming home, yeah, we made it through the sun to home. We gave our blood to redeem our land, and no time is too late. So join me, let us get it now. With happiness we all rejoice. 'Cause we are the children of God. We are praying for the moment, yeah, when heaven will come for us, and the world will talk about us, so no one else have to die. All this nation will respect us, yeah. Understand we just wanna go back home. No amount of gun can stop the show, yeah. 'Cause we all got possessed, and the spirit is in me. My director will return home, yeah. Show us love he used to do before. Beautiful faces I will see again, yeah. We need you, we miss you, and we wait on you. And the sun will rise. My brothers will be coming home, yeah. We made it through the sun to home. We gave our blood to redeem our land, and no time is too late. So join me, let us get it now. With happiness we all rejoice. 'Cause we are the children of God. Believe that. Holy, Nnamdi Kanu is another savior. Holy, Nnamdi Kanu is another savior. Biafra can dig it away from baby. It is a chance. Biafra can dig it away from baby. The sun will rise. My brothers will be coming home, yeah. We made it through the sun to home. We gave our blood to redeem our land, and no time is too
Yes, once again, fellow Biafrans, lovers of freedom, men and women of goodwill, conscientious people wherever you are all over the world. I say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and to some of you, good night, depending on your time zone. This is still Radio Biafra Extra, and we are streaming live through Radio Biafra London. Radio Biafra London is being anchored by the deputy leader of the indigenous people of Biafra. His name is Mazi Uchi Ukafo Mefo. He is from Abatete. Abatete is in Anambra State, and Anambra State is Biafra land. Mazi Uchi Ukafo Mefo is the man who has simply assured us that he will not allow the heart of this project to see corruption. I do not expect you to understand the mindset behind those words, but one day we shall. He is standing in a deputizing capacity on behalf of our supreme leader, Mazi Nandi Okukano, the king of Afari Beku, the one and the only man who stood up to speak for the collective interest of Biafran people for almost 60 years now. He is from Afari Beku. Afari Beku is in Umuahia. Umuahia is in Abia State, and Abia State is Biafra land. He is the director of Radio Biafra as well as Biafran Television. And of course, without wasting much of our time, I remain George Onyeibe. I come from Abo. Abo is in Delta State, and Delta State is Biafra land. This morning we shall proceed to acknowledge the Creator, Chukwu Kikabiama, the one who has set our feet upon this path that we must follow. For in the end, we are gone as a people without his divinely intervention. And so I humble myself before him this morning, that we may say that you are good, and all the miracles you've done has brought us joy. And we are blessed, and all the hope we have, we place in you, O Lord. That we may say that you are good, and all the miracles you've done has brought us joy. And we are blessed, and all the hope we have, we place you, O Lord. For you are holy, O Father, we declare that we love you. We declare an everlasting love for you. Idima Chineke, Idima, Idima Nizie, Idima, Idima Chineke mu, Idima, Idima Nizie, Idima, Idima Chineke mu, Idima Izi, Idima Nizie, Idima o, Anyị na jage ma o, n'eziokwu n'ebuso mmaghị ịhụnanya na gị obiọma gị o juru anya dadio inwe gị mgbanwe ọ dị onye dị ka gị ebu Alfa na Omega anyị niile na-asị na dị mma onye dị ka gị, onye dị ka gị, onye dị ka dadi Chineke ọ dịghị onye dị ka gị. Ise. And of course, this morning, as always, we will continue. Our topic is simply titled True Reflection, Nigeria and Biafra, a true reflection of the imperialist nation over Africa. We continue saying it and 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 saying it. We will not stop saying it until we see clear evidence that you have been liberated. We will continue saying it because we understand the power in the word. We are fighting at different range, at different stage, at different dispensation, at different time. But we will overcome at the end of the day. And so in case you are tired of hearing and then you are not here delivered, God himself will not have created the world according to the Bible except God spoke. And that is why the Bible says, and God said, and God said, and God said, and a day will come, generation yet unborn, Biafran generation, including Fulani and Yoruba, and all those who have left us here, they will say that we say, and that we say. And after saying, and then we shall do. But how will you understand what is going on? When they are pointing you to one direction, you are going to another direction. When they call you to do something else, you are doing another thing. But I do not blame you. Considering how many years, over 200 years, they have reconditioned us. If any of us today can still stand up and say the truth without fear of favor, and then believe me, every reason why we have come out here must come to pass. They must be fulfilled in our lifetime. And so when we come, we keep telling you, we can speak 100 words in a second. But I tell you, only one is meant to set us free. Only one. And once you understand that the reason why we are here is freedom, and you start shouting freedom, the idiot will not give you away. But of course, we cannot deny ourselves. For us to appreciate where or what we are really doing, let us come back to a particular point and then let us make it clear. Nigeria and Biafra are true reflection of the imperialist nation over Africa. The same way a lot of people are so concerned about Wike is demolishing a hotel. Go and find out what is going on. Go and find out why he demolished the hotel. The same way some people are busy looking at people who say they are different name, the liquid metal, the metal liquid, and the rest of them. You people open your eye. All these are distraction from the Fulani. All these are the distraction from the enemy of Biafra, because all these people cannot add a penny value to your life. If your brother is the owner of the hotel, go and find out what he did. If your brother is Odumeje or Zubi, go and advise them. Fulani are there. They are ready to ravage and rape your women once again. And people are like, hey, they are breaking hotel. Oh, they are locking down. Oh, may the Lord be with all of you. The action of the imperialist nation is such that each time it is being said, each time we try to reflect this to our children, most of us would say it like a fairy tale. You make it so beautiful. You don't know how much I hate you when you think they colonized Africa. You don't know how much I hate you when you can justify, come out and justify that we needed to be colonized. You don't know how much I hate you when you think Africans don't have brain. You don't know how much I hate you when you speak against my ancestors. You don't know how much I hate you. Because the enemy did their job well. The imperialists came, they played game with us. And all of us yielded. Today, people who cannot brush their teeth are the one telling you that your mouth is smelling. Today, people who don't know how to bath, your ancestors taught them how to bath. They are the one now giving you cream to rub. Today, as we speak, people who don't have moral are the one teaching you morality. When you see them gallivanting all over the world, telling you about justice, equity, you think they are human beings, but their action speaks otherwise. But how can you stand up and face this nonsense if you are able to comprehend the truth behind their action? What is happening in Biafra land didn't start today. Many a times I have presented to you topics that I want you to understand that they are the same people, but they use different strategy. It is the same vehicle, just that they are different driver. And today, considering the single fact that everything they have been doing from time immemorial, it is the same formula. And if we do not get acquainted with it, we are gone as a people. We cannot be repeating the same mistake over and over again. This is another Heroes Remembering Day, the month of May. How did we get here? The imperialists came in here, pillaged our land, ravaged everything, destroyed everything, the same way Nigeria is doing to Biafra, and people cannot see it. But I tell you, any man or woman who have hope in Nigeria, everything you have hoped for, everything you have labored for in the Nigeria, it doesn't matter whether you are in heaven or you are on earth. It doesn't matter whether you are Fulani, Yoruba, Wosa, or Igbo, or Niger, Delta, Niger, anyhow they call you, Medo, Bet, Medo. It doesn't matter. Anyone who has sowed any seed to Nigeria, you have sowed to the wide wind. You will reap corruption. We come here, we tell you what is going on. People are allowing themselves to be distracted. If I open my mouth, cure on a disease, some people will not come here and talk nonsense. Wike demolishing hotel, the major is doing this one. All these things, are you people not ashamed when you are talking about it? If every governor have stood like Wike, idiot Alamajiri will not be here. Am I supporting him? I'm not supporting him. Do you know how many influx of Alamajiri, standing army, soldier waiting order to kill you? You are here talking about hotel when they will soon demolish all your house. I'm coming for all of you. As you don't have shame. And I want to hear people telling me that there are influx of Alamajiri. Or don't you people understand that the Alamajiri they are bringing into Biafra land, it's not the same Alamajiri they are taking to Yoruba land? I've watched everybody make comment on this Alamajiri issue. Do you know that the Alamajiri they are bringing to Biafra land are not the same age grade with the one they are taking to Yoruba land? These people are fooling us. All of us are there yapping. I want you to go back to history. Look at Yoruba raised land. Oh, they are bringing Alamajiri. They took Alamajiri of 3 years, 7 years, 9 years to Yoruba land. And then they are bringing the ones between 17 to 35 years into Biafra land. And when you are shouting, Yoruba is shouting, Omotekun is there to control those small Alamajiri. Can't you see what is at stake? And some idiot will collect money and come here to be distracting us. Do you think the age grade of Alamajiri they are shipping to Biafra land, you think they are the same grade of Alamajiri they are shipping to Yoruba land? I don't know why we can keep quiet and allow Yoruba to be deceiving us, both with juju and everything. This rain will follow. If it is not for the interest of Biafra that we are here, every other thing we are doing, we are going to lose. But I say, may Elohim be praised. There is no two ways about that. And those of you who don't like me calling Yoruba, when you are telling me about your Yoruba blood, don't forget I have Fulani blood in my family. Then let us protect Fulani blood. Because I have Fulani blood in my family. I don't know why our people don't understand. Very soon you begin to hear the gun. Let's see if those people who will be in diaspora will come and take the bullet for us. Let me not be distracted a little bit. I don't understand. As we are speaking every night, Fulani are coming. Is it not the other day they stop one? Day before yesterday they stop one in Onitsha Head Bridge. Fulani who cannot brush his teeth painted the vehicle as pressmen. I'm parabolating at exactly 3:35 a.m. They are pressed. What are they pressing? Let us not, lose focus anyway. Nigeria and Biafra, a true reflection of the imperialist nation over Africa. The imperialist nation, they have succeeded in giving themselves name. When I was in school as a child, in those days they teach us history. They say when the colonial master came, these are terrorists. Who did they master? These are terrorists like Boko Haram, Fulani headsmen, Miat Yala. Anybody who tells you he's a colonial master is just a terrorist. Look at Nigerian atrocity against humanity. Yet they are trying to project their image across the globe that they are human beings. These are terrorists. Any Nigerian person is a terrorist. What is happening in Nigeria today is exactly what the imperialists did, the terrorists themselves. That is why they can only go assassinate good men and call them terrorists. Whereas they are the real terrorists. From Portugal to Rome to Britain to any country that ever colonized anybody in the world, you are a terrorist. This is who you really are. terrorists came and stole the resources in Africa, and then they claim they are giving to Africa. The same way the Nigerians are stealing from Biafra land and pretending to be helping Biafra. The wealth of Africa fills the whole world. And each time I see that, I hear, oh, World Health Organization want to help Africa. Oh, Bill Gates want to help Africa. Oh, America is here to help Africa. Oh, China and Japan want to help Africa. Oh, we have brought all of them to help Africa. Britain, all of them. I weep for your hopelessness. Africa feed the world. Most of you don't know, America is collecting alloy aluminium from Kogi State, Biafra land. Why do you think that the steel in Alaja steel industry is not working? It's not working, but America must collect alloy aluminium from there. Britain will come and help Nigeria to have a territorial integrity. But Britain are stealing the oil in Biafra land. China are now in the northern part of Nigeria, stealing gold and diamond. And they are coming to help us, idiot everywhere. But will Nigeria learn? How many years now our leader have been telling you, you are being ruled by a robot. High intelligent artificial robot is ruling you. Some people are still trying to absorb it. I want you to check it. The people who came, they stole gold, they steal even up to bead, elephant talk, they steal everything stealable. They are still stealing today. World Bank, we want to help Africa. World Bank my feet. Without the wealth of Africa, no nation in the world will talk the way they are talking. But of course, we have accepted it. United Nations is there, World Health Organization is there, World Bank is there. The very money they steal from us, we will praise them for them. Idiot everywhere. Fulani who use keto to wash their nyash every minute. Idiot will bring curse upon themselves, not us. Don't this thing make you get angry? We are in Biafra. They are stealing the resources from our land. And then one idiot who cannot brush his teeth with Yoruba, attached idiot will come here and tell you, we want to tie and it's a second head breeze. We want to give Igbo presidency. Who the hell are they? Don't you understand how they function? They imperialists steal the wealth of Africa. And each time they create problem in Africa, they come back coming to play God. Hey, yes, we want to help Africa. Nobody, African don't need your help. You get out of Africa and go and face your own civilization. They continue to loot the resources of Africa in collaboration with so many organizations. And they pretend to help Africa. In the same way, Nigeria loot the resources of Biafra land and pretend to be doing us a favor. Each time they have the privilege of carrying out a minor project in Biafra land. Just the same way. You loot everything in Africa. You pretend, oh, we are helping Africa. Bill Gates is coming to inject Africa. That thing Bill Gates is planning will kill his generation. Most of them have access to time travel machine. But this you can consider as a, how do they say it? They say it's how do they use this grammar? Conspiracy theory. In case you don't know, men and women have access already to time travel machine. But they won't let you know it. And then they are jumping up and down. But that thing will trap all of you. Very soon I hear Bill Gates is dead, because that dead man should not be so wicked, trying to poison Africa. I'm talking about Bill Gates, another idiot collaborating with him, including World Health Organization and China. And then all of a sudden they disappear. All of a sudden they reappear. You people will be trapped into a time where you know nothing about. Idiots everywhere. The reason we insult them, the reason we curse them, so that you know they are hopeless animal. They are not human being. Gone are the day they say, oh, Onyeibe is going to come, the Onyeibe is going to help us. Onyeibe is coming to kill us. According to my leader in one of his brokers in 2014. He said they try to pamper you, and they were singing, oh, we are the world, we are the children. They sing, black is beautiful, black is beautiful. All those pampering, they pamper us. Where did he take us to? We are 100 years backward than we were in the 80s. I witnessed my mother count 4,000 naira to buy tear rubber 404 Peugeot. I saw my mother count 11,000 naira to buy trailer in Abo in the 80s. We went to buy motor. We go to buy motor like people buying tomato. We just go to a shop where they sell vehicle. My parents will say, this pickup, how much? They say it's 4,000 naira or 4,500. My mother say, no. I'm giving you 4,000 naira. They say, mama, this one is evolution. No. My mother said, I don't want evolution. It's pickup I want. Take the evolution. They bought trailer. My parents bought trailer in my place in the 80s, early 80s. 11,000 naira. Idiot, we are progressing. All the money you will loot as a Biafran politician or Nigerian politician, you scatter across the globe. What can it do for you? Are you people not ashamed? They conspire with one another. They conspire with international communities just to make our chain heavier than we can bear or resist. The same way Nigeria is running across the globe looking for any country to share the looting from Biafra land and help them sustain the zoo called Nigeria. The imperialists, they know what they did in Berlin Conference. In Berlin Conference, they gathered, the gathering of the vulture. That is what I call Berlin Conference. Britain know he alone cannot be able to hold Africa down. Portuguese know they cannot hold it down for so long, including German and every other idiot who enslaved Africa. They came to people's land. They opened door for you. They welcome you. You turn around, you rob them. You are the one projecting, what do they call it? You know, some people will say, how do we get freedom if we curse all these people? Thunder will fire all these people because they cause our problem in the first place. And then let them make our chain heavier. Let everybody suffer very well. Let us see where they will land. Is it King Leopold or King Leopold of Belgium who killed people in Africa? Till tomorrow morning, go and ask Belgium, what is their private jet doing into in every remote villages where King Leopold cut people's hand off? They are still stealing. They even celebrate hand chopping up with the chocolate cake. Till tomorrow morning. All of you are idiot and hopeless. This is exactly what Nigeria is doing to us. Britain cannot sustain the robot in Asu Rock. And what did they do? Fulani have run to China. And China now are everywhere, poisoning everybody. Doing the work of brigade for them. Vultures everywhere. Here in Biafra land, it is our resources. And then you want people to respect your nation. But you are a criminal. You are a common thief. You are a common thief. Each time you send your people away from their continent to invade Africa, any community in Africa, know that you are a thief. China is everywhere, borrowing us money. You go and print money. You come and borrow us. Every evil you people have done to Africa, it is going to boomerang on all of you. The hulobalo you have caused in the life of Africa will surely boomerang on all of you. Kingdom rise and kingdom fall. China was stealing American technology. American relax. Look at what China is doing today. And I tell you, America has another Soviet Union to fight if they don't betten up. But of course, China will fall like Soviet Union. Any country that is built on the expense of people, if you do not make compensation, all of you will fall. We have seen the Babylonians, the Medians and the Persians, the Grecians and the Romans. We have seen all of them. They rise one day and they fall one day. Let Africa go. Let Africa free. And the beginning of the freedom of Africa is Biafra land. Tell me one country in Africa that is free. We are the one bringing them to enslave us. South Africa may be politically free, but economically they are slave. What is freedom if it doesn't come in its totality? But you will not understand. the imperialist or the king of Africa, everything in Africa, they took it in different form of shape. The same way here in Biafra land. Everything that concerns us, the Fulani, the Yoruba, the Hausa, they're stealing it and making use of our brain. They rob everything that we have. They run about killing Biafras just to take what we have. Today we are sitting down here. You know, it's amazing. It's quite funny. They say they are locking everywhere down for COVID-19. And then all of a sudden, every night you begin to see trailer loaded with people. Loaded with people. Bumping into Biafra land. The number of people coming into Biafra land under lock and key, it's more than the number of people that have come in when they open border for them. And everybody's keeping quiet. They are still speaking English so that you respect them. They are all tout and criminals. And you come out and do what is necessary. Idiot will say, oh, he's killing us. He's killing us. Who is killing you? Many need a zuno kezue. We're sending bumbu mini amango nyabo. Many need rutono kezue. What are they coming to do in Biafra land? We do not have federal government present. We don't have company industries or industry. They are the ones who have destroyed it. The only thing we have now is to ride keke na pepe. They have stole the money from our land, buy motorcycle for their people. They are the one doing it. Market Junction, where we sell minor thing, they are the one controlling it. Our mother who decide to go to the farm, if they either meet Fulani herdsmen that will rape them and murder them, or the cow will destroy their crop. What are they coming to do? Because we really don't have anything. If you talk, governors begin to kill you. This period of lockdown, did you notice that 90% of the security people locking down Biafra land are Hausa, Fulani and Yoruba? This is the same thing they did. When the imperialists came, they gave gun to Hausa and Yoruba to be killing our people. If you know what they did, just that is exactly what is going on in Biafra land. We are fighting with Facebook. We are fighting with satellite. We are fighting with Yoruba Gota Media, fighting with BBC. We are fighting with our politicians. We are fighting with ourselves. We are fighting with Indioshin and Yama. We are fighting with everything. But this time now, they want to give us the fight for real. And then you tell me you are a Biafran person. You are opening leg for Yoruba. You are romancing Yoruba and Hausa Fulani. May the Lord have mercy on you. Can't you see their game? I just told you now. You people are not following it. Go and look at Alamajiri they drop in Yoruba land. These are small children who cannot fight. The mature one, the main trained one are in our land. And we are crying, we are shouting, we are asking you. It's not because it really mean. We understand many will die, both guilt and innocent. But I think if we must die, we will decide how we die. If I, George Onyeibe, must die because of this issue, I will tell you how I will die. You will not tell me. And after your encounter with me, you will not pray to have an encounter with another Biafra. Don't you understand the time that we are in? But what am I trying to say in essence? Biafran, like African countries, must be united in their suffering in order to survive. The stampede. There is stampede on Biafran already. For us to survive, don't let them buy you over. We must be united in our suffering. That is one of the ways we can survive this stampede. Igala Biafran, wake up, they know you before you know them, and they will come for you. Idoma Biafra, wake up, they know you already and they will come for you. If they like say you are not Biafra, you are Biafra, they know you. they know you, they will come for you. Even those who are not Biafran are waking up and they are coming home. We are still here trying to create line in terms of ethnic borders. Some Ijaw still say, oh, we are not Biafra, we are Niger Delta. Some Igbo are still saying, oh, we be Nani, we Biafra, and they are everywhere. Some other people are still shouting. Everybody are still shouting. If we do not unite on one borderline, all of you get ready. But of the truth, they cannot conquer us. This is one truth that I know. This is the time where we must all rise up to stop this evil. Do not take side with the Nigerian state as a Biafran, because you will be abandoned like those who aided and abetted the imperialists. Don't take side. They are coming, but before they come, they will buy many of us. They are going to buy many of us. They have succeeded in bringing in ammunition. They are loaded in every mosque and barracks in Biafra land. Most of you will forget that 4 or 5 years ago, they were busy building barrack everywhere. Everywhere in Biafra land, project of barrack is completed. The number of barrack they need is completed. They start dropping ammunition everywhere, every mosque, every night. Trailer is bringing in ammunition in Biafra land. And now this is the final stage. They are bringing in the men, the foot soldier. But am I telling you so that you become afraid? No. I am telling you so that you open your eye and trust nobody. Because this time they will buy some of us. They will pay them handsomely. They will fish us out. They will put us to flight. But be not troubled, because they will not conquer. Do not say you are not aware. We have told you, be not troubled, because they cannot conquer us. And then after they think they have concluded their plan, they will descend on us. They will burn us down to ashes. But I tell you the truth, from these ashes, the pure Biafran, the genuine Biafran nation will arise. And then it will be too late for them. Because there is nothing any of them can do. I'll be back in a minute. Yes, at this moment, our lines are open. Do not forget, this is May. 30th of May, we remember our fallen heroes and heroines. Do not forget or misunderstand us. We don't hate anybody. Our clumsiness has made us give in to a lot of nonsense. And if we do not begin to excavate all this truth, make them beat like part of our beating heart, we will make the same mistake. Look at how much Yoruba, Wosa, Fulani have gang up, how much determined they are to blot out this tiny Biafra. It will look as if we have committed any crime against them. Is there anything we did to them? Of course, at this moment, our lines are open. Our WhatsApp line is 070 815 45642. 070 815 45642 is our WhatsApp line. And our direct line is 081 221 52971. Our direct line, once again, I repeat, is 081 221 52971. And the special number for the female is 081 288 58614. Special number for the female.
We have an announcement to make. 30th of May is very, very critical. We have our 30th of May, we must not forget. We are going to have 3 days of fasting and prayer, starting from the 27th to end midnight of the 29th. Very, very important. We are going to read and pray all the Psalms in the Holy Book, from Psalm number 1 to 150. If you read 10 Psalms, you pray prayer and fasting for 3 days, and then conclude it with a prayer on the midnight of the 29th. And then this year we are going to have a candlelight vigil, a procession in the middle of the night, ushering in the 30th of May. We have sat at home so much that I will also encourage people to sit at home on that very day, please, for us to honor those that fought that we may live.
Yes, a caller on the line. Are you there? Your name and where are you calling from? Caller on the line.
From Aba. My name is Mr. Siri Wambabu. My name is Mr. Siri Wambabu.
Go ahead, please.
Whatever they are doing, we are ready for them. So nobody should shoot. We are ready at any given time. So I myself am ready to defeat, and also everybody in the Japan land can never change because they have suffered us in a lot. So thank you. Go on what you are doing to the Japan. May God continue to help you and keep you, so that we all will see Biafra in Jesus' name.
You see. Of course, they understand. If they like, let the whole world gather in Biafra land. We shall see how it ends. We are trying to manage collateral damage. We are trying to make sure you are not murdered in your sleep. It really doesn't matter what you are doing, what you are up to, whether you like it or not. We are still telling you, just wake up so that they will not lynch you while you are sleeping. Just wake up and monitor everywhere they are. Go and organize yourself. If they must give us a blow, they will not go back without receiving it back. Somebody cannot come from God nowhere and chase us and terrorize us in our land. Enough of all this nonsense. That is what we are saying here. Caller on WhatsApp, are you there?
Mazi, good morning.
Good morning from here. How about here?
With the upper sir. My name is Anthony Patrick Ruda. I come from a Bible state in Biafra land. Bless you. Mazi, no matter anything where the zoo do, they will not win us. We must win the zoo. The zoo must fall. I believe that. My leader said the zoo must fall, and the zoo is falling. Let me talk to my people in my diary. Ito kami misiro. Ito kami bok. Ito kaya dia bok. Kene wamagu. Wamagu ni make sure que me restore Biafra. Bemi keda elem. Ya uke rejit. Dia no bok itieke. Good ni te ka jit kere gitie te peba. Ede keda. Ike ni dia no bok ni make sure que me restore Biafra. Mena madi jawasi. Anan nakeke nyong mielion kweru kere jike nyong obongi. Mazi Onyeibe, thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, my brother. We are not going anywhere. Of course, the message is clear. Our people must understand. They cannot do anything. All those people, they come in with the trailer and gongoro. They will run with the ordinary leg. I keep repeating this thing. When this thing will start, they will forget their bossa. But if our people fail to pay attention to what is happening, no governor will be safe. Nobody will be safe. No army brigadier or general. All of you here in Biafra land, you will see what you are not ready for. That is why when we come on this platform and say, get ready to go home, we know what we are telling you. I can assure you that a lot of things will happen that nobody has even thought about. You are still doing fine boy. You are going to Yoruba church. We are still doing fine boy, fine woman, intellectual. We have them. We have them in IPOB. We are asking you to save yourself. Onyindiro baburuburu. Keyo neme. Anangomanya. Hero. Fine boy. Nelina aba. Manandiro baki buruburu. Eche fukwana nonye chi neche onwe ya. Don't relax and let anybody distract you. People come and look at, we can demolish mosque, we can demolish hotel, dumeje and dumedudu, dudu. What benefit is all these things giving to us? My brother on WhatsApp, are you still there? Mazi Ogugwa.
Yeah, I'm there. Onyeibe, the African rep. Good morning. Nice to talk to you again today. Onyeibe, you know, at the beginning when I hear your name is African Rape, I was not happy. You know why I was not happy is because I'm thinking, do you really know the magnitude of being an African Rape? Onyeibe, I bow down to you today because you're blessed.
Mazi, I am humble. I am humble. It's just a privilege. Believe me, there are dogged Biafran that have not even said a word. They are the ones I look from within the shadow. And I can tell you it is a privilege and I'm humbled. I must tell you. It's a privilege.
Please, tell them to join, please. I can listen to your sermon.
They are on the ship already. They are on the ship already. Go ahead.
The rain will fall and the new nation will emerge. That is area I want to talk about. Yeah, Biafrans, please, it's time to go home. Governors in Biafra land, please make land available for farming. A new model of farming, tractors should be available so that we build our new nation. Onyeibe, I want to speak to my people in Anioma. Please, everybody should get pen and paper. I want you to join us. Before I start calling the number, please get pen and paper, people from Anioma. Onyeibe, you see this imperialist here, Onyeibe, these people didn't do anything for us. These people are very wicked.
That is exactly the same thing Nigerians are doing to us. Yoruba and Hausa are doing to us. They are the one punishing us and we are the one praising them. The imperialists came raping, murdering like Fulani headsmen, killing everybody, reposition us and we praise them. Oh, His Britannic Majesty, Queen of England. Of course, that is what she are. And every other idiot who raped Africa and robbed Africa. Till today, their private jets are everywhere, in every remote village in Biafra land and of course, Africa at large. Stealing day and night. But yet, World Bank will come and borrow us money. The same money they stole from us. The Queen of England is rich, fatted with the resources stolen from slaves. They made out of us, turned us to beasts of burden. We built cities in the world we are not allowed to enter, and yet we give them accolade. For what? Go ahead, please.
George, if you go and check the banks in UK, the banks in UK, even where you cannot even take a loan to buy a single car, go and check who owned that bank. You will see the money they make is from the slavery. but yet black people cannot even get a loan to be able to get a single car. That is how we are, you understand? You know, the thing about it is, I am telling one white man, I say, you people say black people are rubbish. I don't know why every one of you keep quiet in the issue of Biafra. You are not talking, everybody keep quiet because, you know, we are different people, but he didn't respond to it because he knows I'm a Biafra. We go home. Time is time to go home. I hope, Anyoma people, your telephones are ready. Your pens and paper are ready. Please, I urge you, my people in Anyoma, this is a good girl from Akuku. Please, can you join our forum where we exchange ideas, especially we in diaspora. We want to empower our own people in Biafra land so they can get ready to fight for a new cause because Biafra is good for everyone. The telephone number is +3 93 51 25 56 366. I repeat, +3 93 51 255 6366. Please don't be rude when you call the number. I want you to join the forum. We have to be there in order we exchange ideas, please. I am telling you, DSS and the agent of DSS, if you know you're strong and you're capable to confront we and Yoma people, come and join. But make sure you tell us you're agent of DSS, which you can never do. If you think you can handle us, come there and join us. Let's give you a treatment. Judge Onyeibe, let me drop because
Thank
I know
you
too many
very
people like
much.
you.
We
Thank you
must
for
thank
taking
you.
my call.
Thank you. Are you there, caller on WhatsApp? Are you still there?
Yes, sir. I'm there, sir.
Thank you for holding on. Go ahead, please.
No problem, sir. My Lord, good morning, Biafra, good morning, friends of and well-wishers of freedom. My Lord, my name is Dike. I'm calling from Paris. It has been a long time I never hear from you, Chief Mazi. Please accept my condolence. You know, since then your brother left. I haven't met you. I have been thinking about you, saying, God, where are you? But one of my friends told me you are fine. He called you on WhatsApp. He spoke to you. He said you are fine. So I thank God for that. My Lord, the message today, I pick what defeats us. No matter what, no matter if they like, let them bring a shipload. They will not defeat us because we are the indigenous. You can't come to my house and defeat me. It's impossible. Mazi, Asim Chineke Gozege, I'm very, very happy to hear your voice again. Keep the good work in. Let the ball roll. I say, may God bless you and your family. Thank you, sir, for picking my
And God be with you.
call. Bless.
Yes, sir. Caller on the line. Are you there?
Yes, I'm there. Good morning, Judge Onyeibe.
Good morning from here. Go ahead, please.
Okay. Good morning, my fellow Biafrans all over the world, wherever you are. Good morning, my leader. May God Almighty bless and keep you. My deputy leader, may Elohim be your guide and your shepherd. My brother Onyeibe, what you are saying is the correct thing. Do I continue?
Of course, the world is listening. Go ahead.
Okay. Please, what you are saying is the correct thing because our people are now sleeping. They don't want to wake up. They have seen all these alamajiris all over, all these food soldiers. And by this time, we are still having people that are still being sabo and all the rest. We need to wake up and take the bull by the horn so that these people will not overrun us. So our governors that are doing saboteur that are slaves to alamajiris, this is the time because they will kill you. You will think that they will kill ordinary man or woman. It's you that is a danger. So you better wake up and go and check all the mosques and stop them, check them, then monitor them. Then our people should not be sleeping all over. Our youth wake up. If you are not entered IPOB, Please join. This is the time, this is the hour, so that these people will not overrun us. They pretend that they have COVID, but they don't have it. They just poison their people so that they will distribute alamajris. They will distribute their soldiers to our land, and this is what they are doing now. This is the time. My name is Yukera Chukwu from Isialamba. No, Judge Onyeibe, I will thank God for your life and for everything. I will not treat you since you lost your brother, but I believe that the good Almighty will grant him eternal rest and give you the strength to bear the loss. So we are praying for you all the days of your life, that God will bless you, bless your family, make you to see Biafra and beyond. And whosoever says that you will not see Biafra, may the land of Biafra open up and swallow that person. My leader will see Biafra and beyond, and whosoever that is plotting evil against my leader, the word of God says that those that seek for our lives shall die for our sake. As many as are trying to drink our blood, they all shall be dropping in their own blood. Our hands are clean. If we are dragging the land of Yoruba, let them overrun us. If you are dragging the land of our Arewa and the Fulanis, let them overrun us. But if we are what we are acting is our legitimate right, let the God of justice, the God of justice, the God of equity, the God of righteousness, open its mouth and swallow them, as he swallowed the people of Syria when they came to overrun the people of Judah, hoping that the people of Judah are small and they have no strength. They don't know that it is not he that runneth or he that willeth, but it's by the mercy of God that one conquer. And we have God of war. God of war will swallow them up. As they come in one way, the God Almighty will scatter them and swallow them in many ways. So the thought that we are not, we alone. The thought.
Of course, we lost that caller. Zoo Epileptic Network. But having said that, thank you very much, the last caller. Having said that, people must understand, Biafrans must understand, we are not in a panicking mood. We are not going to panic for anybody. It's just simple. Yoruba, our fathers don't want to stay with you. You can go and marry all our sisters, pregnant them, let them have children for you, bus stop, that you will turn to Alamajiri tomorrow. Because that is what you people does. Awusa, if you like, let them conquer you. Then make them conquer everybody. Fulani, if you like, be jumping up and down, you are born to rule. Is the message not clear to you people? We want to go home. We want to be on our own. Biafrans who are sleeping, Nikome ya konyera jabofia. Nikome ya konyera jaba mafia. They will attack, we know. But we will reciprocate. You should know that also. They will kill us. Yes, we know. We will kill them. Don't you know the prophecy? They will kill us and we will kill them. Biafra will come in the end. Is it not Biafra land? Is it not Biafra land? But to survive, we need to put everything we have together. Stop dashing Yoruba people money. By the grace of God, in the evening, we shall look at your Yoruba pastor. Ordinary COVID-19. Have you not exposed their hypocrisy? How long are we going to speak these words before you understand that we are not here to joke with anybody? We didn't come here to make friends. Our leader have put something in motion. He can't even stop it. Chukwu Kikabiaman has used our leader, His Royal Highness Mazi Nnamdi Okukano, to put something in motion. He cannot stop it. But don't worry. We will tell the story, how it all began and how it all ended. Yoruba, leave us alone. Hausa, leave us alone. Fulani, leave us alone. Ndesabo, leave us alone. Caller on the line, are you there?
Hello, Mazi. Good morning.
Good morning from here. Caller on WhatsApp, please hold on for me. Go ahead, ma.
Good morning, Mazi. May you continue to keep you. Keep our leader betrays. You keep Mazi Uchemafo. May Elohim continue to protect and guide you people. Mazi, I thank God for the wisdom of Yahweh upon your life. You see, everything you've just said, it's just like the prophecy from the synagogue on Shabbat. These people are ready to fight. But the prophecy said that they are not sure that they are going to win us. But they are ready. They are trying to start their attack at any moment. So Biafrans all over the world, do not be afraid, because this war, they will never win it. They will never. Because our forefathers entered covenant with everything on this planet Earth. No matter what they do, they will not defeat us. You see, this 30th May, every Biafran should take it seriously. And every prayer we pray, Elohim has already answered it already. Take it seriously. Don't joke with this 30th. All this prayer, 3 days prayer and fasting, Elohim has already answered it. And also the prophecies from Shabbat, it says that an angel was marking. I don't really understand what it means, but it's marking his own people with 111. I pray that Biafrans, all of us that receive this mark, will stay alive to see Biafra. The prophecy also says that people should, from this month of May, people should be careful. Even in the market, anything you do, open your eyes. Don't relent. Just be very careful this time around. I pray that Elohim will continue to guide us and protect our leader.
Thank you.
In the name of Chukwuti Kaziawa.
Yes, a caller on WhatsApp. Are you still there?
Yes.
Thank you for holding on. Go ahead, please.
My famous sir.
Good morning.
My name is Tenkona. I'm questioning from Mohadi Imo Biafra land. So I want to really appreciate you for your good work that you're doing for Biafrans all the world. I want to thank. I really miss your voice when we are upset. But I want to say that you should take heart for how what happened. I'm really angry. Of 40,000 coming to Biafra land, they are giving us Fulani Alamajiri without food. But I want to assure them that all their plans will fail. We are Biafrans. I used to tell them we are Biafrans. In 1960 to 1967, we did it. So we are going to do it this time around. So I promise Biafrans that. Hello?
Go ahead, please.
Hello, sir.
Go ahead.
I promise Biafra all over the world, and mostly those in Biafra land, that they should not panic. Wike is doing a great job. We praise that man. We said it. Anybody that do good, we praise him. If he do bad, we come out and tell the world that he do bad. Governor Wike is doing a great work, and we believe that we will win House of Fulani, whether they like it or not. So I want to speak to my dialect, please. Let me tell my people. Ndị be ma ekelela m unu, abụ m nwafọ ụnụ Chimezie Nkwọ, biko ala m akpọ unu biko unu hụnie ndị be ma niile biko hụnie ekwumala ahụ ndị be ma la redio Biafra biko ala m akpọ ndị be ma unu pụtala oge eruola nu unu furu ife shelu eme anyị shelu ekpenye anyị nri shelu ekpenye anyị anything instead ehiwe we courtesan ala wetere roiz ụmụ egbe ma niile biko ala m akpọ ndị ebe ma unu hụnie ọtọ chiefuala unu hụnie ọtọ ka anyị niile biko fight for Biafra nyeta Biafra mala oyi ndị dịkpa ndị ebe ma ajili enyeta oyi na abịa achụla Niger Delta ma ọ bụla ndị Niger Delta bụ ndị ṅụrụ oyi lọ ha ji ma ọ bụ egbe ma enyere oyi but anyị na-agba ụlọ anyị niile ṅụrụ oyi ananịkwa achọ Biafra maka oyi ji ya lụwa ụdọ oyi na ọ dị ife ọ bụ but ana m arụ unu biko ebe ma niile ndị okenye ebe ma ndị eze ebe ma unu hụnie ọtọ maka ndị Fulani abata ha ala wee gbuo ọnụ ọdụ onye ji azụ ọnụ so ndị be ma biko unu hụnie ọtọ ka anyị niile chọọ Biafra ma nyere anyị mara anyị ji enyeta Biafra biko ndị be ma niile ndị youth ebe ma ụmụ nwaanyị egbe ma ụmụ nwoke egbe ma ọnụ pụta biko ka anyị niile yiri Maazị Nnamdi Kanu aka chụọ for Biafra ma nyeta mala ji enyeta. So my African rep, I want to really appreciate you. Continue with your good work. I pray that Chukwuka Abraham will bless you in the name of Chukwuka Abraham, I pray.
We see. So. Caller on the line.
Hello.
Yes. Good morning from
here. Man.
Go ahead, please.
What I want to say is this: it's only God that will fight this battle for us. We depend on God. The fight that God has fight, that nobody can stop it. All our people in the Biafra land, Lord, believe God. It's only God will win this battle. How God will do it, we don't know. But we believe in God. It's only God. All our people in Biafra land, be courage. God will give you the strength. He did it in Israel. We are the present Israelites in Biafra land. Be courage. Where catapult, the catapult. David the catapult will go Goliath. Then God will give you more wisdom. How you will win this battle? We have already win it. We just for it. We just in a paper talk. We have already win this battle. Just only we believe in God that God will fight all these battles for us. All our people in Biafra land is not easy. But God will not give you people strength. Or it's not easy. Or do easy. No, but don't do so. Especially you, Mazi Onyeibe. You don't know why I'm calling you people. So I'm calling you that red white man. That stand in that seat, defending this all your enemies. Defending this our enemies. God will surely reward each and every one of us. And then we may just go there. What person can everyone? Yeah, I'm asking this morning, the governor of River State, let me help other governors to defend them for them to be awake for their sleep. Let them to be awake. I pray that the God Almighty will fight this battle for us. At last, we will praise the Almighty God. In Jesus' name. I used to pray. Every morning I used to go to church and commit everything into the house of God. I used to book mass that let God fight this thing, because everything we used to do, we used to consult God from the beginning and to the end. And God must surely answer all these things. At last we will be great. It's here in Jesus' name. God bless you.
Very much. We must continue. Yes, a caller on WhatsApp.
Mazi Onyeibe, good morning.
Good morning from here. Go ahead, please.
Please, Mazi Onyeibe, before I continue, my name's Mazi Nwabueze Akota. Nwabueze Akota is from Amandoba in Isu, LGA, Biafra land. Mazi Onyeibe, I forgot, but please forgive me about your loss. Please, let us bear the loss. I'm sorry, may Chukwuka Abraham console and repay you back for your loss. Please. Mighty name of Chukwuka Abraham. Please let him console you and your family. I'm sorry for that, what happened. Mazi Onyeibe, about what is happening in the area that I'm staying. I took some time, move around over this lockdown, and I found out that every strategic junction you will see Hausa Fulani there. If they are not selling potato, they are doing shoe workers. If they are not doing shoe workers, they are pushing barrow. If they are not pushing barrow, they are selling sweet and chingom. If they are not doing that, every nooks and cranny of Biafra land, in the market, in the street, even if along the road. You will not see them in the middle of the market. Where you see them is in the junction, every junction. Ask anybody to move around and check every junction. This is not the ones that are doing checking points. This is the Hausa Fulani. Every junction you go.
That is one thing. Our governors may not know this. That is why we are telling them. Everywhere they say lockdown, everywhere. It's not for Hausa Fulani and Yoruba. Anywhere they are securing our land in the name of lockdown, all of them are Fulani. All of them. All of them in our own community, but in their own land, they are doing life is normal. When somebody contact coronavirus in America, they cannot breathe. The one in China, they are falling and dying on the street. The one in Europe, all of them are having problem to breathe. But the coronavirus victim of Nigeria, they are protesting for more bonvita and more bread. This evil is too much. It's too much. And these people, they think they are intellectual and they are deceiving us. But there is no problem. Go ahead, please.
So, Mazi, I just move around and I start counting. I call somebody that is escorting me. Say, look at what is going on. And now nobody is talking. When you go inside the market, any junction you come, you see Hausa with a barrow. And if you ask the line, they will tell you that this is the people that pack their goods for them. This is the people that do their offload for them. When you go at the junction of the road, you will see them. When you go to every park, as far as our markets are concerned, this is what they are doing. They are coming with all strategies. Day before yesterday, I saw them with this Peugeot, this vehicle that the Northerners used to do transportation. Because when I travel to North, that is where I saw that motor in large number. I saw them at Tony Mars. So Hausa is full of that motor because of this lockdown. All of them closed their mouth with the face mask and they separate them on the seat, three each seat. But the door do not open. I asked the people that is staying around that place. So look at this vehicle. Now, is it not Hausa Fulani is in this vehicle? And that vehicle is coming from Port Harcourt. The vehicle is facing to Imo State. So all these things they are doing, but I don't know why our leaders are the people killing us instead of them to fight this coronavirus and the Boko Haram. Because all the whole country, the coronavirus have hit. None, their government is behaving this way. And why are they doing this to us? If they are not ready, let them shift. Let another person take charge. Do you know that because of the day we announced the bucket of Nigeria, other state government, they want to sell bucket to the masses, 5,000, hand sanitizer, 2,000. Without that, they will not open market. After they revise it, do you know what they did? Them appoint 17-man committee that will take care of the market. Now the market will open on 9 a.m. and shut down by 3 p.m. That's if they catch you inside the market, they will collect money from you. Do you know what happened yesterday? So because there is no how somebody will meet up and open market. Before you clean up your shop and do one or two things, you will see 3 o'clock. Immediately, just 2 minutes after 3, you will see people shouting, old women, young girls running along the line, then still arrest some people yesterday. So I don't know why they want to make money with this disease. Are they importing this disease for us? They are telling us 200 people. I have heard that you must spend 2 weeks in an isolation center, or they will quarantine you for 2 weeks before confirming you as a coronavirus positive. But now, when night come and go, the next morning you hear 200 people. The next day you hear 200 people. These people, they're inside the isolation center before this time, or they just find them that day. You see what they are doing with us, but God, Chukwu Okike Abiama, will fight for us. They are punishing us. They are wickeding us. No food, no money. What other countries given to their citizens, but no kind of thing they are doing to us here. A whole Catholic church was given a bag of rice. A whole Catholic church that have not less than 100 members. Let me just tell it like that. More than 100 members, a bag of rice. But these people are still doing what they are doing. But all of them that are doing this thing, but the ones that have left Abudo Ibona, they are not living there. Let Chukwu Okike Abiyama fight our battle, and God will fight our battle. God, they are fighting our battle. Thank you, Mazi Onyeibe. I will stop here. May Chukwu Okike Abiyama bless and guide you in mighty name of Chukwu Okike Abiyama.
Thank you. We must continue. Call on the line.
Mazi Onyeibe.
Good morning, monitoring spirit. Go ahead, please.
Mazi Onyeibe, don't you put the car down. Terege Mwachina. Charles, a good man. You have tried for them. We will all see them. That's what I'm for. We don't put the car down. Terege, a good man. All you have to know that you're team breakfast security. Opposite Biafra. They know, Tina, several the guy had the done about you know, like Biafra happy. I can't support the car down. I'm not putting me in the on this thing. I can't cap. A few looking at Jan or what I honor that to put cat on at the time. I call it to put cat on at the target one or Dana. I got there. I went to the room. And what I can over this at a normal day. Because you want my when I got to put the cat down. Ebo Tinaka, the body Marco, okay, more come Marco. Ebo Tinaka, the body Marco. Namadina la Maduna Harifu Ibu Tineke de Mahadi Saimama O Budini I want to get to the Kaka. Yeah, I'm going to get to forward. That's what Genesis chapter 1. You were sitting here. Sister Gan will run a 50. You know, Potania will know one of Papa Disaster, the Sana will get a focus. I want a Papa Disaster, and Lord, you see, Madame, this is not Adam. Sister God who wrote that, the other son, I got a line, the other son, I carry you back. What you said, you know, that I not the Calula, and I will not say the other time, the more women stood. Okay, the on a monkey come. See, Biafra put it down. Obadiah, chapter 1. Read it from 1 to 10. Verse 18 very, very important. Always this is to put 4 o'clock. Has the number almost 100. Then I could pull on me. Then I go for the yeah, we say, to go together, them for Carapa. See, and I'm going to see. That's the Obadiah, chapter 1. Okay, when I had a low. But I want to put the gun to walk for those up and on there. Come set up on there, no fuck. Please. Let's take Biafra. Malachi, chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3, and the chapter 4. Read it. Chapter 4, verse 5 and 6. Very important. Why is that not the candidate? I always had the money. So I don't know. Can sit on power the empty. My philosopher Donald Trump, the emperor of this generation, to go to Canada and said, I should send this message to you. That if I don't send this Jonah chapter 1, that is what is going to do me. As he did this to Jonah, I said that I must message you and to go to Canada alone. That's why he decided, he choose to me. To follow that number, the Canada, why did they get the time that if I know here? I want to only fake it, guys, I come shut up. Ezra chapter 6, Donald Trump, Ezra chapter 6, verse 1 to 10, verse 6 to 12. Very, very important. You are the one power now. You can't lose. After 20 years of doing it, if you don't declare Biafra, you will run away from America because you will not split this people yet. They tell me one way, they are going to flame 7 ways, and then the enter America, and America will become no more. You don't, we can tell. Only that say you know how to play chess. He's ready to ever even the fire, Dara. And I don't can change every day. Just on the rule, you know, where all the way in the go to about some on no matter to go tight. Then the side terrain of Dara. All of the just that I don't mind. But don't need to cook. You want to pass side to that people. I can't imagine this. I can't do it.
Unfortunately, we lost that caller, and this is where we draw the segment for this morning segment. And having said that, Biafrans across the globe, the message is simple this morning. Don't look at them that they are what they are not. Anybody invading Biafra land is evil. Number one. Number two, no matter their number, let them come more. All we ask you is to be at work, be at alert, understand what is happening. Community youth leader, all of you understand that is the land of your ancestors. They want to drink water in the Atlantic Ocean. We will give them plenty of water to drink. You are pretending, you don't know, nothing is happening. You are pretending. They will kill you. We will join you among the heroes day and heroines day. But that will not be your portion. That will not be your portion. If we must fall, we will tell them how it's going to be. But I tell you, they come with gongoro. They will live on foot. That is a promise. I will sign off from here. Remain focused, remain Biafra. Look for IPOB and join. Look for IPOB and join. It's not about what you expect or what you don't expect. It is about getting ready to go home. I sign off from here and I say God be with you.
Biafran's Got Talent exclusive.
After this heavy rain, please let the sun rise.
Our lives are in danger, siblings and more that all day long we have been ruled by strangers. Give us Biafra. We are begging you, please. There's nothing we can do without you. It's only you that will save my life. Chiko King Biama, you are the one to give us Biafra. We pray, oh, just save the lives. We are your children, save our lives.
We are like sheep has gone astray. Restore our land and heal our hearts.
Save my life. Save my life. Save my life. Chukwa, Almighty Father. We are begging you, please.
Same thing, living here in the zoo. Chukwa Biama set us free. We are begging you. See my papers, they are crying. Chukwa Biama, we are dying. Save our land, we beg you for love.
Tears in my eyes, every day I dey cry. Nothing else I'm asking for, Lord, give me Biafra or I die. We need a clearer picture, a brighter future, a better future, the Lord.
Freedom is what we want, nothing more, nothing less. We are tired of the zoo and your wickedness, yes. Save my life, Papa.
Give us Biafra.
We are begging you, we are begging you, please. When your kingdom shall come, we will know we are safe. When your kingdom shall come, we will know we are safe. Father, Lord, we lift up our hands to the air now. Chukwa King can take all the glory and give it. Send your son to give me life. Send your innocent keep me
Give us Biafra. Give us Biafra. We are begging you, please.
I know you can feel our anguish, but don't let us perish in the hands of our enemies.
The radio station with more. You're listening to the radio station.
You're listening to this is Radio Biafra. Radio Biafra.
The radio station with more. You're listening to the radio station.
You're listening to this is Radio Biafra. Radio Biafra.
This song is dedicated to the victims of this genocide. Those who lost their lives from 1967 to this very moment.
I had to do this song with Weewu. My brother man, I don't believe you. Shake a man, kuru beat yo. My brother man, listen up. Tell that Biafra soldier that he's gonna be alright. I need to tell that Biafra soldier that he's gonna be alright. Follow me, tell that Biafra soldier that he's gonna be alright. Follow me, tell that Biafra soldier that he's gonna be alright. Tell that Biafra soldier he's gonna be alright. Follow me, tell the wounded he's gonna be alright. The spirit of our fathers follow me, tell everybody he's gonna be alright. See the bad Lord wanna bring us down. The money that we keep rising up. See betrayers wanna bring us down. The money that we keep rising up. Bring your gun and your bullet and bazooka and your grenade and Biafrans. We will fight till the end. See them sabotage, playing cowardice in the corona. But we will win them all. I say we will win them all. Mandekano is the leader. He says he's gonna be alright. He's gonna be alright. Tell that Biafra soldier that he's gonna be alright. I need to tell that Biafra soldier that he's gonna be alright. Follow me, tell that Biafra soldier that he's gonna be alright. Follow me, tell that Biafra soldier that he's gonna be alright. Tell that Biafra soldier he's gonna be alright. Follow me, tell the wounded he's gonna be alright. Tell our mothers, our fathers that he's gonna be alright. Tell our mothers, our fathers that he's gonna be alright.
I remember a very good brother man from my nation, Biafra land. Yeah. Oh na na na, what a wicked world. I want a junior, another dead Biafrans, shot by the government. Because of our freedom, we are fighting for a better life. One thing I know, forward ever, backward never. We will one day avenge their day, someday, sometime soon.
Tell that Biafra soldier that he's gonna be alright. I need to tell that Biafra soldier that he's gonna be alright. Follow me, tell that Biafra soldier that he's gonna be alright. Follow me, tell that Biafra soldier that he's gonna be alright.
us once again, fellow Biafrans, lovers of freedom, men and women of goodwill, conscious people wherever you are all over the world. I say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and to some of you, good night, depending on your time zone. This is Radio Biafra Extra, and we are streaming live through Radio Biafra London. Radio Biafra London is being anchored by the deputy leader of the indigenous people of Biafra. His name is Mazi Uche Ukafo-Mefo. He is from Abatete. Abatete is in Anambra State, and Anambra State is Biafra land. Mazi Uche Ukafo-Mefo is the man who have assured us that he will not allow the heart of this project to see corruption. And of course, I do not expect you to understand the mindset behind those words, but one day you shall. Mazi Uche Ukafo-Mefo is standing on a deputizing capacity on behalf of our supreme leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, His Royal Highness, the King of Afari-Beku, the one and the only man who stood up to speak for the collective interests of the Biafran people for almost 60 years now. He is from Afari-Beku. Afari-Beku is in Umuahia. Umuahia is in Abia State, and Abia State is Biafra land. And of course, by the special grace of Chukwu Kika Biama, I remain George Onyeibe. I come from Abo. Abo is in Delta State, and Delta State is Biafra land. Without wasting much of our time, I must move ahead to acknowledge the Creator. We call him Chukwu Kika Biama. He is the one who sits in heaven and presides over the affair of man. For he is the one who has set our feet upon this path that we must follow. He is the lifting up of our head, our hope and stay. In matter both great and small, he remains the primordial influence that drives us. For we do not lift up our eyes to the hills nor the mountain, but from he who made the heaven and the earth. In my humble way this evening, I say to him, Anyị na-aja gị mma o, n'ihi na ị mara mma ịhụnanya anyị na gị, obiọma gị o juru anya dadị o, inwe gị mgbanwe o, ọ dịghị onye dị ka gị, ịbụ Alfa na Omega, anyị niile na-asị na anyị dị mma o. Ise. And of course, without wasting much of our time, I must sincerely tender my apology to Biafrans across the globe, most especially those of you who are always with me. I'm truly sorry for coming up this late. It was as a result of a technical issue, one or two challenges. But of course, we give the Almighty Creator all the praise for the enablement he has given to us. Of course, we wrestle against flesh and blood. We wrestle against gossipers, saboteurs. We wrestle against Yoruba, Fulani, Hausa. We wrestle against principalities and power, wicked spirit in the heavenly places. We wrestle against sin and unseen enemy, known and unknown enemy, even imaginary enemy. All of them are fighting against Biafra. And so we are not surprised. But we make a promise to all of them that we can only get better, and there is nothing anybody can do about it. We can only get better. And having said that, I must bring our mind back to the period where we are. In the month of May, we remember our heroes and heroines, men and women who gave up everything that we might be able to speak today. And of course, even those who do not want to hear the name Biafra today, all of them want to become Biafra. Just like what our leader said in his last broadcast. I will not apologize. If Yoruba, if I am their son, if I am Yoruba's son, they would have been very happy. But it's unfortunate, he's a Biafran, and there is nothing anybody can do about it. In as much as we understand that the cross they have placed upon our neck, the chain they have placed upon our neck, it is a burden we did not negotiate for. But yet, as a Biafran, we will go through any form of shame or disgrace. That in the end, everybody who has wrestled against us, who have warred against us, will look at us in the face and hide away in shame. But we are sincere men and genuine men. We are not here to conquer anybody. We just want our life to be given back to us because it has been taken from us. A lot of Biafrans do not understand why we are here. A lot of Biafrans do not understand. But believe me, I do not blame you. Without the grace of Chukwokika Biama, we will not be here today. We will not be here. Our enemy did their job well. But believe me, he has not abandoned us. Having said that, we will briefly go to our topic this evening, which I simply titled, A Letter from a Good Man. A lot has happened to us as a people. We have been beaten down almost to submission. If we are able to make a comeback today, outside the grace of God, it is because there are men and women who stood tall, stand on the path of righteousness irrespective of what they stand to lose. It is their sacrifice that make us strong. And in that their sacrifice, we pride ourselves in glory. And then we say, we will proclaim the Biafran phenomena, we will proclaim this gospel with pride. There are so many of them. Considering the action of General Philip F. Young, what can we ask for? A man who knew that he would have been killed because many of his comrades were killed. Not because they have done anything wrong, because that thing Nigeria will surely give us in the end is why they were killed. I will not forget his last statement to Nigeria. He said to the idiot called Gowon, the idiot called Obasanjo, the remaining idiot like Babangida. I wonder why coronavirus has not visited him. Before all of them, including the Queen of England, he said a simple thing. On this very fateful day, I hand over the sovereign state of Biafra into the hand of the Nigerian state. But let it be on record that if you will do to the next generation what you have done to this generation, they have every right to rise up and do what we are doing today. He came back home. He went back to his village. As a man of integrity, he lived it out till his very dying moment. Are we going to talk about people like Father Mbono, Ejike Mbono of Aruchuku? The man, when corruption entered Nigeria, refused to die for all Biafrans so that our name cannot be stirred. We know everything he did, wherever he is. It is the action of people like that that makes us do what we do today. Who among you does not know the action of Dim Chukwuemeka Odimegwu, the people's general? All these people has led that example for us to follow. But of course, we will be remembering all of them this 30th May. But tonight, I just want to read a letter to a good man. And so if you are listening to me, you think you are intellectual, please check if your level of intellectuality is up to that of the man I want to talk about. You are a politician. You are politicking everywhere. Please compare your life as a Biafran with the life of the man I'm going to make mention of today. If you think you are a Christian, I want you to compare yourself with the man that wrote a letter to all of us. And that is why we tell you, when it comes to this Biafra issue, no Biafran has an excuse. No Biafran has an excuse why they should not support what IPOB is doing. The only thing I know IPOB is doing is that they want to restore Biafra. Any other one, I don't know. Check yourself very well. And then maybe as you go to bed, as you go about your lawful business, depending on your time zone, you begin to ask yourself question. Were they made of steel? Was it actually acid that runs in their vein? or they were men like me and you. Only that they decide to present themselves in such a way that every man and woman will understand that everything they have done in their life was for a single purpose, that we might be free. And of course, tonight, the man who wrote this letter is no other person than Dr. Akanebiam. Dr. Akanebiam. And most of you may not have heard about him. He was a man who experienced every area of life. He understands what it means to be a politician. He understands what it means to be an academician. He understands what it means to be a Christian. He was influential. I think there are a few things that are left of him. I think they have a polytechnic named after our brother, Akanibia. And I think the Enugu airport they are trying to destroy is named after him. But most of you don't know who he is. He wrote a letter that should encourage all of us to rise up and fight till Biafra is restored. It was in a time like this. But before we look at the letter, let me tell you a little bit about him. In 1949, King George VI graciously conferred on him the honor of being an officer of the Civil Division of the Most Excellent Order of the British Empire, OBE, for service to the church and to the state. He worked in a group of about 30 Onyeibe. He was the only black person. He was a medical doctor, a physician, as well as a missionary, a man of God. King George VI gave him that honor. Some of you will sell us just to get the honor from Fulani man in a modern day society. In 1951, the same King George conferred on him the dignity to be a knight of the Civil Division of the Most Excellent Order of the British Empire, KBE, for self-service to the church and to his country. I'm talking about Akanebiam. He said, I happen to be in London at this time as a special guest of the British Council. And when I was invited by the Buckingham Palace officer to present myself before His Majesty to receive the insignia and the accolade of the King of the knighthood, I begged permission to have them confide on me on my return home to Nigeria. I did not receive the insignia and certificate at the hand of His Excellency, the then Governor of Nigeria, Sir John Maferson. But I have the unique distinction and singular privilege of receiving this accolade from Your Majesty, August person, during Your Majesty Royal and Memorial visit to Nigeria in February 1956, on the attainment and independence of Nigeria. October 1st, 1960, Your Majesty was graciously pleased to appoint me as the governor of the Eastern Nigeria within the Federal Republic of Nigeria, on the recommendation of the Honorable Premier of the Eastern Nigeria, with the assent of His Excellency, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. In August 1962, Your Majesty conferred on me the dignity of being a knight commander of the civil division of the most distinguished order of St. Michael and St. George, KCMG. For this great honor and special recognition, I am humble, gratefully to your majesty and your majestic Britannic government. They are happy reflections of the importance of Africa and her people before God and man. Howbeit, I must renounce all of them at this time. I do so to register my strong protest at my command against your majesty government of the United Kingdom, of Great Britain and Ireland, for supply military equipment and arms to Nigeria, which has waged a senseless and a failure war of aggression against my country, the Republic of Biafra. My objection and protest are directed solely and entirely to the British government, because I believe that the British government, friend of Africa, particularly the church, which informed the British government public opinion, will deploy the unkindly act of the British government to the Republic of Biafra. With the highest sense of irresponsibility, I beg your pardon, with the highest sense of responsibility, therefore, I'm bearing clearly in my own mind the moral issue which at stake and my own stand thereafter. I return this insignia and paraphernalia of my title to you, your majesty, Britannic government, through the British Deputy High Commissioner, who resided here in Enugu, the capital of the Eastern region, the country Biafra. I just want to put the grammar. But there is a Biafran known as Dr. Akanibia. He was a physician. He was a man of God. He was the first governor of the Eastern region, which is Biafra land. He was the Queen of England and the King George, his father. All of them conferred honorable title to him. I think in his time, he is one of the greatest of the greatest. But something happened. At around this very particular time that we found ourselves, something happened that made him to take certain decision, which if we fail to remember such action, may our children not remember us. Dr. Akanibian letter to Queen Elizabeth II of England on August 1967. There is no greater act of heroism than what that man did. After everything that he has acquired in life, they were killing our people. British government, according to him, in collaboration with Ireland and other countries, who bestowed honor and award to him. He took everything and returned it to them. He said to them, I have served you in the civil service with a clear heart, even though your prison constantly torture me. I served and didn't notice it. I was the only black man among 32 politicians working in Nigeria. I am the only black man. I worked so hard that I become a doctor for the service of the church. I was there discharging my duty without looking back. You gave us Christianity. I embrace it to its totality. But what you people has encouraged in our land, I cannot take it. And so everything that he has achieved in life, he packaged all of them and sent it to them. Do we still have men of honor like that? Do we still have men and women who will stand in the gap? Do we still have those who will give up everything just to restore our dignity? And I want to tell you that in their action we were made great. If the British or anybody respect us today, it is because of the actions of these people. Let us go deep into the letter. It's quite a very long one, but you must understand. It started by saying, Your Majesty, the British officers in Nigeria, you are fully aware of all this. You know that we are injured and deeply grieved and had been cruelly treated by our own supposedly fellow citizen of Federal Republic of Nigeria. The British officers not only knew the crux of the matter, but they also encouraged the Northerners to carry out and execute their nefarious plan against the Biafrans. They are angry with Biafra because Biafra categorically refused to remain as part of the Nigerian Federation and political unit, only to be trampled upon, discriminated against and hated, ruthlessly exploited and denied her rights and privileges, and slaughtered whenever it suited them, and comprises of the favorite people of the North. To add insult to injury, Your Majesty Britannic government, instead of being neutral in our query of finding way and means to mediate and bring peace to the two countries, has now taken it upon herself to supply military aid to the Nigerians to help them defeat and subjugate Biafra. I want you to take a note of one word. He made mention of two people. He said the British government, at this point in time, instead of them becoming mediator between the Nigerian state and the Biafran state, they didn't do that. But yet, instead, they supported the Nigerian state to kill the Biafrans, to destroy the Biafrans. And who are the Nigerian state? You see, this issue, this event happened quite long ago. Most of us were not born. Most of us were not born. But each time I look at Nigeria as a terrorist state that it is, and I see people who are telling us, hey, let's unite one Nigeria, let's build the one Nigeria, and every day they work very hard to make sure nobody know what happened. Every day they work hard to make sure they sweep it under the carpet. Believe me, when I see you as a Yoruba, Hausa, Fulani, if you are talking to me, I just begin to wonder, did you people eat the devil's heart? What exactly did you people have in mind when such heinous crime against humanity was committed against our people? What exactly are you people thinking? To think you can quench us down, not to talk about Biafra, so we remain with you inside this one Nigeria? Something is really wrong. Everything that was hidden from us, it is being made open. I'm just reading Akanebia later. Politicians learn from him. Men of God learn from him. Academians learn from him. It is simply staggering for a Christian country like Britain to help Muslim country military to crush another Christian country like Biafra. This is just too much for me. Akanibian said, I cannot comprehend why the Britain that gave us Bible, gave Allah people cutlass and gun and AK-47 to come and kill us. I cannot comprehend it. This is just too much for me. Your gracious majesty, this act of unfriendliness and treachery by the British government towards the people of the Republic of Biafra, who as Eastern Nigeria has so much regard for the Britain and the British people. In this circumstance, your majesty, I no longer wish to wear your garbs of the British knighthood, British fair play, British justice, and the Englishman's sword of honor, which Biafra loved so much and cherished, has now become meaningless to Biafrans in general and to me in particular. Christian Britain has shamelessly let down Christian Biafra. I love the Republic of Biafra very dearly, and I pray that by the grace of God, she may remain and continue to grow and live and always act like a truly Christian. Contrary for all time, I am, Your Majesty, your most respectful Akanibiam. Do we still have people like that? I believe if he was a military general, he would have fought side by side with Ojukwu. If he was a violent man, he would have fought side by side with Philip Effiong. If he had derived joy in conquest, he would have joined the flanks of Onwatuegu, among other wonderful men and women. But he's a clergyman. He's a doctor. He's a disciplinary. He's a quiet man, but a man of principle. As I sit here tonight, I can only begin to imagine when this young man went to the Queen of England and said, please, all your honor, take it. All your award, take them. And as I turn my back today, I can only pray that even the next generation of Biafra will prove to you that they are Christian, even though you turn your back on them. I would have said go and Google it, but the letter have been duplicated into so many parts. They have been re-edited by Yoruba and the Nigerian state. But whatever the case may be, Biafrans, the war did not end. They only changed pattern. I want you as an academician, you are a doctor. What are you doing about restoration of Biafra? I don't want to spend much time trying to describe this man. I pick few of his action, few of the sacrifice he made. As I read his biography, how he walked in the midst of Oyibo, he's the only black man. And he explained how they humiliate him, what he went through, even though he was more intelligent than them. But he did not bother what they did to him, but rather having the privilege to serve in the group of all these terrorists as the only black man standing. He consoled himself with that thought. I wonder how many estates he have now. I wonder how many mansions he left behind. But let me tell you, his name will not be blotted out. Let me tell you, for that singular act, his name will be on the lips of endless generation of Biafra. The same example our leader have taken. Honestly, if you don't have anything to give, you really don't have what to sacrifice. I'm just calling upon you, Biafra. There is nothing you are going to give to ensure that Biafra is restored that has not been given before. There is nothing too great to restore Biafra, and there is nothing too small. When we come here and we analyze and we tell you what to do, some of you misunderstand everything. If you don't find your way back, you will regret it. You will regret it. And on that day, many of you will rise and tell us that we are miscreants. The day we will tell you how many degrees we have, it will shock you. Some of you will say you have too much money. That is why you are not supporting what we are doing to restore Biafra. The day we will tell you what each of us or what, you will be shocked. A day some of you will tell us that you are working for Nigeria until you let Nigeria kill us. We will tell you that we had the privilege to work in a higher position than you. Join the league of these extraordinary Biafran men and women. Don't let anybody deceive you. The enemy of Biafra are not relaxing. But these people action has a lot to say to us. They were Yoruba, they were Hausa, they were Fulani. I wonder why they were not there. And so when they tell, oh, Yoruba is intellectual, Yoruba is intellectual. The way we are going, very soon you begin to hear, Fulani is intellectual, Fulani is intellectual. We really don't have any excuse. We really don't have any excuse. We need to go home. There is nothing we want to do here today that our fathers has not done. We just need to put ourselves in their shoe and understand the need why we have to go home. Of course, I will start here from tomorrow. I will continue the second segment of this same discussion. But let me make it to you. Remind you that the sacrifice of a fallen hero will never be in vain. I'll be back in a minute.
We've gone far in this wilderness. Victory still steps ahead. We are no longer in Egypt. We have lost our seats. We've gone far in this wilderness. Victory still steps ahead. When it gets tough to end this, there of our heroes we not defend. No retreat, no surrender. Biafra is already
Yes, all must hail Biafra in the end. My message this evening is simple. Every Biafran, wherever you are, honestly, you do not have any excuse. You do not have any excuse. Go and look for IPOB family closer to you and join. We have to go home. If after all these years we are still giving the same song, saying the same message, you should understand. You should understand. Join this league of extraordinary gentlemen of Biafra. You want mad people, they have fought for Biafra. You want intellectual, they have fought for Biafra. You want academians, they have fought for Biafra. You want connected people, they have fought for Biafra. You want wealthy people, they have fought for Biafra. You want medalists, all of them. You don't have any excuse that day. You don't. At this moment, our lines are open. And our WhatsApp line is 070-815-45642. 070-815-45642 is our WhatsApp line. Our direct line is 081-221-52971. 081-221-52971. And the special number for the female is 081-288-586-14. 081-288-586-14.
We have an announcement to make. 30th of May is very, very critical. We have our 30th of May, we must not forget. We are going to have 3 days of fasting and prayer, starting from the 27th to end midnight of the 29th. Very, very important. We are going to read and pray all the Psalms in the Holy Book, from Psalm number 1 to 150. If you read 10 Psalms, you pray prayer and fasting for 3 days, and then conclude it with a prayer on the midnight of the 29th. And then this year we are going to have a candlelight vigil, a procession in the middle of the night, ushering in the 30th of May. We have sat at home so much that I will also encourage people to sit at home on that very day, please, for us to honor those that fought that we may live.
Yes, a caller on the line. Your name and where are you calling from? Caller on WhatsApp. Hold on. Caller on the line.
My name is Bonawap.
Go ahead, please.
I call in from Ada.
Go ahead.
Ana mekele no tata wopotempo no tere ola line. Ikele guru ana majala ni sekere bukire kana mekele no lihun la abali sike kaela. Imeko kitoja magana mara ayala. Luto no bi hovla ge mai. Bizu la bambale. Amara hala bambale. Madu duma mala ikagula. Aindum lala.
Thank you very much. We must continue. Caller on WhatsApp. Are you still there?
Yes, my dear. Voilà. Mazi,
Go ahead, please.
Okay. Good evening from here, from Biafra land. Good morning, good afternoon, good night, according to our time zone. I greet all IPOB all over the world. And I appreciate my leader, the eyes of the black race. And I beat my deputy leader, Mazi from Mefor, the gentleman in the spirit, and the fire to the zoo. He was firing the zoo gradually. And I greet Mazi Onyeibe, the sword of the Biafran, Mara Biafra. And I greet IPOB all over the world, the stars in heavens that shining the whole world. I greet IPOP all over the world. My name is Mazi. I call you from Ojoto precisely for now. Only from Ojoto precisely. I want to greet my brothers and sisters all over the world, and I want to use this opportunity to appreciate your work, your good work you are doing for us. I say, may your days be long, and you will live to see Biafra in the name of Chukwu Gabiam. And I pray the IPOP family all over the world that the coronavirus will not see them. They will stay alive and see Biafra in the name of Chukwu Gabiam. Say. Mazi, this evening your teaching tonight is very wonderful to us. We are very happy to work, and we are praying that all IPOP all over the world and those Biafrans who are against us before, we understand what we are talking about, because we are 7 ahead of them, 7 steps ahead of them. Because in 2012, when our leader started this journey, he told us everything, and everything he told us has come to pass. From now, everybody has seen what we are saying. They tackle terrorists because we are fighting to liberate everybody, to carry everybody along, not to gossip, not to steal, not to harm anybody. But today, everybody has seen it. So I appreciate my leader for his work, for enlightening us. And yesterday, he climbed the zoo. The zoo has gone already. Everybody has seen it. So that anybody who was talking against our leader now seen it, that everything he said is truth and gospel. So I appreciate him, that everything will be all right. Very soon we are going home. And I want to use the opportunity to talk to my people, especially Ojoto, where I live here. Ojoto don't even, I have never heard anything from Ojoto. I want to challenge Ojoto. Ojoto, I don't know where you are. Ojoto people, where are you? You have to call the Biafra, you have to join. You have to join and do the needful, because we're all Biafrans. We are going home. Ojoto, Enugu, Ezema, Umezema, Ojoto, no. Wherever you are, Ojoto, in the whole world, call Radio Biafra and laugh your people, because your people are perishing because of lack of knowledge. They are not doing the right thing. So everybody will wake up now and join the IPOP. Nearest IPOP where you are, in diaspora, in Biafra land, wherever you are, join IPOP now, because we are going home. As our leader said yesterday, it's a matter of time. We are going home. So I want to use the opportunity also to enlighten our people in Ebonyi State. From Z precisely. This Z, wake up. Itanora, no get Google by Yama. Na Magnum can nowhere. Can we na all Chagor or no, na Onyeibe. You see, I want to use the opportunity to thank you. Thank you. And God bless you. And keep on.
Thank you very much. And don't forget, Akane Biam is from Afikpo, Ebonyi State. And where are the Akane Biams of our days? Where are we? Go back and look at the history of men and women who love Biafra. It will amaze you. Call on the line. Caller on the line. Of course, we lost that caller. Caller on the female line. Caller on the line. Caller on WhatsApp.
Yes, Mazi.
Good evening from here. Go ahead, please.
Yes. Oh, good afternoon, Mazi. My name is Ugo. My man, Ugo Onyeibe, and I'm calling from United States of America. Mazi, I am the national PRO of IPOB here in United States. And I am from Amibo. Amibo is in Nolo. Amibo is the home of the tiger. And Amibo is the home of King Jaja. Mazi, why I want to emphasize on the tiger, just like you have said about Akane Biam, that is the same thing I want to talk about the tiger. Mazi, the tiger was the world champion, boxing champion. He won many awards. But Mazi, the award that he got, he gave it back to the queen when Biafra were killed. So what did he do? This award, it worth a lot of millions and millions of dollars. But what he did was just to give it back, because he said, how can you give me an award? How can you be proud of me as a Commonwealth when my people are being killed?
So because of that, he returned that award. He did not even think about, the worth of that award. Rather, he returned it because he appreciates his people more than that award. So I wonder how many people that can do that thing today. I wonder. So what I'm saying is that everybody should understand. Everybody should understand that whatever that killed the mother of a dog will never let the puppy open eye. No matter however you might think that these people love you, they cannot love you in any way. Because they kill your mother, they kill your father, they kill the children, and then they pee. They pee on their grave. They're still so proud of what they did. They always show it off, say it every day that they did this. What can you do? So it's high time everybody joins so that we can get this for Biafra, so that Biafra will be restored. So please, Mazi, thank you. This is all I want to say now, but I would like all our brothers, please, just to go and do something. I would like you to visit our website, www.ipobinusa.org. Even if you want to make any donation, anything that we can do in order just to, promote this, I would really appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you, Mazi.
Thank you very much. Our people must understand. Some of our people, Biafran people that are born, who think they are privileged, they say, well, what are they even fighting for? Our brother has just talked about the tiger. There are many of them. They are well-to-do. They are well-read, more than you. My mother got up to standard 6. I understand that a lot of graduates today cannot even measure with standard 6. But all these people were miscreant before we were miscreant. Don't you understand it? If you think they don't have sense, we don't have sense like them. This is how you know those who truly love Biafra. This is not the time for anybody to be running back. No two ways. You must come out. Are you there? Call on the line. Caller on the line. Caller on WhatsApp, are you there? Caller on WhatsApp.
Thank you very much. Thank you, brother Mazi. You're Onyeibe, my African rep. I appreciate you, Kokikabia. What all of you in this great platform to do. I feel humbled when Chukokada always give people out, speak out the heavenly ways. But I just want to contribute based on what you have just read concerning our father and our brother just reminded us of the tiger. This now boils down to our assumed brothers and sisters who say they are serving the Nigerian government, seeing what we are suffering today, and seeing what our leader, Chukwu Kabiyama, has used him to reveal that the government is the impostor is the one holding the indigenous people hostage in the zoo called Nigeria. Is the one committing genocide against the indigenous people. Now, what are they going to do to show that they love their people? If they don't go in the National Assembly, I'm talking of both those in the Senate and the National House of Representatives, all of them should stand up and demand the probe to know who is there, killing the indigenous people, pretending it is not. They should do the honorable thing to raise and come back and join us to reclaim our land. This is the honorable thing to prove that. If not, all of them will be counted as the accomplice. If all of them will be counted as named as the way they named Aisha Buhari, all of them will be accomplice. And whatever that will happen to Nigeria.
Of course, Zoo Epileptic Network, we must continue. Caller on the line, are you there? Caller on the line. The Zoo Epileptic Network. Yes, sir. Caller on the line. Caller on the line. Good evening from here. I will advise you to move away from your radio set.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Go ahead.
My name is Timothy Ochilota. I'm calling from Onyeibe.
Go ahead, please.
Good evening.
Caller on WhatsApp. Are you there?
Yes, Mazi George Onyeibe.
Good evening. Bonjour, Mose, Onye France. Good evening from here. Go ahead, please.
Mazi, thank you very much, Mazi George Onyeibe. Mazi, I greet you once again. It shall be well with you, Mazi, and your family. Mazi, I just called this evening to greet our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Okukano. I remember Mazi Emmanuel. I'm calling from Paris, precisely. Mazi, what you just said now, thank you for the education. Thank you for educating us. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, our great leader, the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra. It shall be well with you. Thank you very much for making yourself available. Thank you for answering this very holy call of Chukwu Okike Abiama. Thank you for, I say thank Chukwu Okike Abiama for remembering us, we, the indigenous people of Biafra. We have suffered enough. We have been killed enough, a lot. A lot of things has been done unto us. And who will talk on our behalf? Nobody. Mazi, whenever I remember our situation at home, it seems like some of our people has not even have a bit knowledge of what we are going through and what the world has in their pocket, in their cage, in their pocket for us. The world, carrying a Nigeria, Mazi, is like carrying the world. Nigeria to us is very heavy to us, and you add it the whole world. You add it Britain, you add it America, you add it France, you add it Germany, all over European Union. You see that what Biafran people are carrying on their shoulder is very, very heavy. You see, sometimes, Mazi, when we are crying at home, they are killing us. They are killing us. To me, it seems to me that is, whenever we complain that they are killing us, the world turn their deaf ears. They pretend they don't hear what is going on. They pretend not hearing our plight, our cry, what we are going through. They pretend compared to the Biafran people. They pretended that they don't know what we are passing through. But Mazi, whenever we say only a word, everywhere, every media, some of them will be, waiting for us to carry arm or waiting for us to revenge. Is like, to me, is like when a man is living when a married man go to the police station complaining that his wife is beating him. Maybe sometimes some people will not take him serious. But in real sense, Nigeria is killing us. Nigeria has rendered us more hopeless and useless than ever before. We don't have men of integrity anymore in our land. You listed people who rejected the honor of the Queen of England. The people who gained, who Queen recognized as of that time. But those people, because of what British people, British Labour Party, because we have to acknowledge that according to our leader, it was British Labour Party who orchestrated that very genocide in our own land. And the Mazi, surprise, we are seeing another Democrat led by Obama, who also orchestrated the creation and created this APC terrorist government in Nigeria, who are also specialized in killing Biafrans. So the question we should ask, what have we done to all these socialist political parties and all these governments of Britain who has been specialized in killing Biafran people? And Mazi, there is something that our leader said in this very last book in yesterday. He mentioned of Nigeria military having Islamic logo in their badge, in their emblem. And some of our people never understood, take their time. Even our people who are serving in, who has done their civil service, these their useless civil service they used to do in the north. None of them has come up and tell us that, see, how come that we, indigenous people of Biafra, some of them, many of us are Christians. We were born in Christian homes. How come that they send us to go and serve? Why is it that Nigeria army is having Islamic logo in their emblem? And what does that say? He said, victory from Allah. Victory is from Allah. That means that proves that Allah have given Nigeria to the Fulani people. That we are no more. They don't count us anymore. So if you see them killing us, in their mind, they are justified by killing us because they say that Allah has given them victory over killing us, killing the Christians, killing everybody. As far as you are a Christian, be you Yoruba Christian, Middle Belt, Biafran Christian, they are justified morally. So the call our leader made yesterday by telling the whole Christians to start preparing for their resigning. If they don't adhere on that very call, Mazi, they will have themselves to blame. Mazi, I don't want to take much of our time, but I just say, Mazi, continue what you are doing for us. I do appreciate everything you are doing. Thank you very much and continue your good work. It shall be well with you, Mazi.
Easy. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Caller on the line, your name and where are you calling from? This is female line, please. No male should call the female line. No male should call the female line. Our people must understand. I just want us to have a moment of reflection. When you are there, you are castigating people who are fighting for your freedom. When you are there, you are trying to claim what you are not. I'm just giving an example of just one man among thousands of them who turned down the very gift, the very sources, the very rank by Oyibo people. hand of Oyibo, but you look at all of you today, you are going to fool any man that cannot wash his teeth to take promotion. Caller on the line, are you there?
Hello.
Good evening. Go ahead, please.
Hello, Mazi Onyeibe.
Good evening from here. Go ahead, please.
Ada from Amoja.
Go ahead. Good evening.
Good evening, Biafran archive. You are indeed archive. From time to time, you uproot one or two things to make us sober more. Honestly, what you read this evening is such. It reminds me of Chinua Achebe when he rejected the so-called honor the Obasanjo gave him some years back. Almost the same reason we gave. How we are being treated and marginalized, that they are not comfortable with such honor. And from time to time it goes like that. I love you for what you are doing. I love the man of people, our Nnamdi Kanu, for all of you. You are our archive. You are really making it. Keep it up. Our God will continue to safeguard you and shepherd you well. We pray for you and we appreciate. Thank you.
Thank you very much, ma.
Biafra.
I must hail Biafra. We must continue. Our people must understand. If we consider the time we are in now, a lot of people will begin to wonder, what are they even looking for Biafra? Most especially when you see enemies of Biafra. What are they even looking for? What is this Biafra now? If we tell you how many people that have given up everything they worked in their life because of this very issue of Biafra, you will understand that we just don't have any excuse. The names are coming. I'm not even talking about Chine Achebe. He was a PA to Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe. He knew everything, and I can say he is the true custodian of our culture and tradition, who never allowed us to miss our track till this day. All these men gave up everything. They walk. Caller on WhatsApp, can you hear me? Caller on WhatsApp. Caller on WhatsApp, can you hear me? Caller on WhatsApp.
Yes, Mazi. Good morning.
Good evening from here.
Can you hear me?
Good evening from here. Go ahead, please.
Okay. All right. Okay. Thank you so much. And I thank every Biafrans all over the world, friends of Biafra and lovers of freedom, and the wonderful listeners of Radio Biafra all over the world. My name remains Mazi Carlo Awobudawa. I'm from Akano, Ohofia, in Omaha province of Biafra land. I'm calling from the city of Kuala Lumpur in Malaysia. I want to thank you, Mazi, for the wonderful things you are doing, and also I use the opportunity to thank our leader for giving us the necessary thing that we need to move ahead in the restoration of Biafra. I also thank our national coordinator in Malaysia and some of our brothers too in Malaysia, all of us doing wonderfully well to see that we restore Biafra, our only nation, our only hope, which has been robbed of us since by the British and handed us over to the Fulani to torment us. So I thank every one of us that is doing our best and the sacrificing, because freedom needs sacrifice. If you don't sacrifice for freedom, you will never get freedom. Whatever you are doing and wherever you are, if what you are doing, you are looking for freedom, it did not cost you your money, you are going to sabotage it. So that is why when we are in IPOB all over the world, because IPOB is the largest mass movement all over the world. There has never been any country in the world that got their freedom or independence by There are people spread all over the world. IPOB is the number one. We are a choosing generation. We are a generation that has been chosen to do wonders. Because if when you do research, you see how empires were built by people who sacrificed. This is our own generation. We are making our own great achievement, which our Chukwokika Abiyama have mandated us to do. So that is why we are focused, we are following our leader, shoulder to shoulder, until we restore Biafra. I want to use this opportunity to inform the people of Biafra living in Malaysia, those who are not part of IPOB in Malaysia. We are still doing our meetings online because of the movement control order that is in place in this country. So if you are here in Malaysia, you can see what the Fulanis are doing, how they are invading our bushes, how they are going in the night nocturnally in order to enter into our land and occupy our communities. While we are here in Malaysia, we may be making our money doing our businesses, but we don't know that our own villages, our own communities has already been taken over. So join us in our IPOB Malaysia zonal meetings, family unit that is spread all over Malaysia. We are in Puchong, we are in Penang, we are in Malacca, we are in Cheras, we are in Damansara Damai, we are all over Malaysia. Wherever you are, join a family and restore Biafra and save your people and save the children and stop the invasion of the Fulanis. It is an agenda of Udman Damfodio. Where he stopped is where El-Rufai is trying to lead them to complete. But we are Biafrans. We will wage them and we will defeat them. Join us on our meetings online by calling for direction so that we can direct you how to join us by calling this number 01136848554. I repeat the number again, 01136858454. Thank you, Mazi Onyeibe, and I thank our brothers in Malaysia. Continue to listen to Radio Biafra every day. Don't get tired. Go to Twitter. You tweet. You have uninterrupted electricity here. You have water flowing everywhere. Make use of it to fight for freedom in order for us to go and restore our land to enjoy. Just as we are seeing these people enjoying, we will go back to our place and we will build it. Nobody will be chasing us here and there anymore. Thank you, Mazi. Let me not take too much of our time. All here, Biafra. I thank you all, and I thank our national here, Mazi Ndewo. All here, Biafra.
Yes, a caller on the line. Your name and where are you calling from? Caller on the line.
Hello, Mazi Onyeibe. Thank God.
Good evening from here.
I got you today. I've been calling. This is Kate from Onitsha calling. I give God all the glory. Chukwokika Abiyama ga na-agọzi unu, na-agọzi onye isi anyị. Otu unu si na-ewepụta atụmatụ ihe niile gbasara history of Biafra. Maka ụmụ anyị ndị a na-amụ, ndị a na-etonite amarọ nke a na-akọ. You people are returning back what this, sorry to call them idiots, that removed that history from curriculum, from the what we are studying, so that Amama Oto Biafra will be the way it generated, how it started, especially Onya Ipota Tabo Akamidiam, the Nna of Nna. I experienced him a little when I was young, and I knew what he did. Thank God for you people. Like my sister called you people archives. Yes, at least we'll have archives to go into and then know what is happening in Biafra. For sure. Biafra Boji, Biafra Kurugo, Onyege Butu ya, Chukwa Biema Mekwe, Chukwa Biema Mekwe.
Isenike. Chukwuabiama ga-akwụ ọnụ n'azụ. Ama m na a ga-ebukwa ọnụ a. And I want to get in touch with the women, please. I was formerly in Lagos. I lost my husband, even my mom, my brother now. Thank God for you, for the strength. I want to register myself. I don't know how to get hold of the women.
What is there is, I will advise you to be a little bit patient. After this lockup, we will continue from where we stop. Most of the people who are sending their data, the reason I'm not responding to them yet is because there is lockdown in so many places and I don't want to misplace their number. So just exercise a little patience. Immediately after the lockdown is over, we will continue from there. Thank you very much.
God bless
I'm sorry for your loss. Yes.
Thank God.
As a Biafran, anywhere you find yourself, and there are some intellectuals around you who want to say, why are you even looking for Biafra? Ask them, why did Akanibian give up all he cherished most? Ask them, why did Ojukwu decide to use his father money to defend Biafra land? Ask them, why did Chine Achibe, the tiger, why did they give up all that they labored for? These are men of honor, men of integrity. They made us believe in Biafra. And here we have in line again, Mazi Choka from Efo and our supreme leader, Mazi Nandekano, making us to believe in it again and again and again. We will continue to believe in Biafra until Nigeria is no more. It's just as simple as ABCD. Can you hear me, caller on WhatsApp? Caller on WhatsApp, are you still there?
Yes, I can hear you.
Good evening from here. Go ahead.
I'm still here, Mazi. God bless you. Yeah, I was saying I'm from Imo State and Ondo province. And my community is Oberu, one of the coordinators here, Oberu Unit 2. Lord, I'm very happy to get you again because now I learned that the University of Where may God give you 42 lost. And all the assets are saying, may his soul rest in perfect peace. In cook, down, pray. You see. And I thank you for enlightening us the more because since you have been offline, since you have not been online, a lot of people are wondering of which are one of them. We have been worried for having been hearing from you any longer. I thank us for your coming back. Glory be to Chukwuabiama. And we pray that as we are to restore the prayer, we will not remain in that.
Having an issue with that line, but we must continue. I will advise you to call back, my brother. Your line is not very, very clear. Caller on the line, your name and where are you calling from? Of course, this very moment there is a Zoo Epileptic Network, but we must continue. When they ask you, why are you people looking for Biafra? You have many reasons why we are looking for Biafra. You have so many explanations. The journey has just begun. And there is no going back. There is no turning back. There is no middle ground. There is no negotiation. Akanebian said, we just want to go home. Yet they don't want us to.
Hello, Mazi Onyeibe. Good evening, sir.
Good evening from here. Go ahead, please.
My name is Foke. I'm calling from Ezra South, Biafra land, Ebonyi State. Mazi Onyeibe, thank you so much. You're a gift to Biafrans. I'm surprised the way you exhumed the story of Ezogo of Onwana Canadian. I never knew much about that man. And by special grace of God, it was my father who dug the grave of the man and the wife. when he was working with the Federal Ministry of Works, Abakaliki Ebonyi State. In fact, the wife died before him. And it is unfortunate that most of our people, they don't realize they are heroes. And now that you've made me to know more about them.
Nigerians don't want us to remember them.
Oh my God.
They want all the people. You know, when we come out and we talk about Biafra, it look as if it's miscreant. They don't have job. Maybe Akanebia don't have job. Maybe Fadambono don't have job. Maybe Ojuku don't have job. Maybe the Tiger don't have job. Maybe Chineachibe, they don't have work. And then if they are jobless people, Chukwoki Kabiama, may we be jobless like them.
Who died in the battlefront. How God?
I'm not talking about Achuse and the rest of them.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Mazi Onyeibe, you are a blessing to Biafran race. And I just thank God for our leader. This has gotten to show through that it's been led by the Spirit of God for supporting you and the rest of the broadcasters that are working for Radio Biafra. I have nothing to say. May God bless you, my brother.
Thank you.
May God bless you. We shall all rejoice in Biafra.
Thank you very much.
All hail Biafra. All hail Biafra.
Biafra. Yes, sir. Can you hear me? Caller on WhatsApp. Are you still there? Caller on WhatsApp. Are you there? Caller on WhatsApp.
Hello, Mazi Onyeibe.
Good evening from here. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, good evening. I'm Chikezedike. I'm assistant coordinator Ojekani Village Unit 2. And I like this program so much, and it's educating. And I'm telling the slave people that said that they went to school in Nigeria to come to Radio Biafra to study and know the truth and know what is education. So I'm so happy because Biafra will come. I so much believe in Biafra. Biafra is our knowledge. Biafra is everything to us. So let us keep on fighting. We'll win this war, and we are winning. Thank you, my brother.
Thank you very much. We must continue. Caller on the line, are you there? Caller on the line.
Hello.
Good evening from here. Move away from your radio.
Good evening, sir.
Well done. Thank you.
I'm Sinasa Oga. Hello.
Go ahead, please. The word is listening.
I'm calling from Delta State. I'm from Ebonyi State. In Africa. Omana precisely. So I hear your distance. I miss your voice very well. When I hear your voice on one as I was there, I say, wow, this is my man that always gives me hope. Whenever I hear your voice, I feel at home. Welcome, sir. The topic is very nice. If only our people can only open their ears to know what our forefathers have fought for. The man, he brings his topic this night. The man is a good man. When you go to Onwara, you will see the advice that man gives to Onwara people. They are still using that brain of that man and be working in that Onwara until tomorrow. So let our people learn from our forefathers that have gone. If only they can learn from this topic. But I don't know why our people block their ears from hearing the truth, from hearing from the real source. When you want to tell them the real truth, they will not listen to that truth. I was changing words with one idiot, I don't know. Or at the end, I called the boy. I told the boy, I don't blame you. Maybe your father was giving birth by our Fulanis. That's why you are speaking like this. That I don't blame you. That you should go and ask your father where he comes from. Because the way you speak like a pure Fulani man. So, thank you, sir. I'm grateful. I'm happy to be one of the dear friends. Thank you, sir.
Thank you
May God bless you.
Thank you very much. We must continue. Caller on WhatsApp, are you there?
Yes, Mazi George Onyeibe. Good evening, sir.
Good
From
evening
Gambia.
from here. Go ahead, please.
My name is Onyeibe Chimis Grant. I'm calling from Gambia. I'm from Aguleri. Aguleri is in Omabala, Biafra land. I want to thank Iroko One of Biafra land, Mazi Kanu, for good work he's doing for Biafran. I want to thank you again for the good work we are doing for Biafran. Mazi, I want to ask a question this night. What was the crime Nnamdi Kanu committed? Nigeria government want to kill him. It's only what I want to know.
He's always saying the truth. He's always saying the truth.
Yes,
that is his crime.
Only saying the truth.
That is the only crime.
Hey, Mazi, since I was born, my father tell me that Ezoku Bondo. Lie is dead. Why they want to kill him? Because he's saying the truth. What Nigeria they are doing is not good. What Nigeria they are doing is not good. That's why he's saying the truth. They want to kill him. The governors on our side, they connive with Hausa Fulani to kill Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Because he say only the truth. Those people, those governors, they will die before Nnamdi Kanu. They will die before him, before Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They will not see those governors. They will not see Biafra. They will not see Biafra. What is his name? William Obiano, David Umahe, Madam Ugwani, Ifani Ugwani, Madam Ifani Ugwani. They will not see Biafra. These people, I don't know what I used to compare these people. These people, only the man is saying the truth to save. Not only Nnamdi Kanu be saved, not only Nnamdi Kanu, to save everybody, even their generation, to save their generation again. They want to kill the man. These people, they are heartless. These people, they are heartless. These people, they will die before Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They will die before Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Thank you for good work we are doing for Biafra. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. We must continue. Call on WhatsApp. Are you there? Call on WhatsApp.
All hail Biafra, lovers of freedom all over the world. I greet you in the name of Chukwuka Biama. My name is Mazi Kenneth Anepiroko. I'm coming from Obudu, local government, Cross River State, the land of Biafra. While I'm calling from Lebanon, my brothers and sisters, my thanks go to our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the great man in Biafra, the great man in the whole Africa. He is the only one that we trust and we put our hope. And all the workers working seriously for the sake of Biafra under his care. May God Almighty continue to bless you people all. The topic that today you bring for all the Biafrans, you're our mentor. You are our everything. When we hear your voice like this, your voice is like a honey. That is what your voice is for us. If anyone who is listening to your voice that is going back doing evil, that person is confirmed evil one. But I'm telling all Biafrans all over the world that anyone who listens to your voice and they go behind to do evil again, that person, God will punish that person for entire generation. Especially because what we need is only Biafran that we need. Whether you're from any tribe at all, you are Biafrans. Do the needful. Join IPOP family in any way you find yourself, so that we do the needful and get out from that stupid country called Nigeria. So we are not part of them. The whole world know what they are doing to us with the Biafra. Oil, they take our resources, they take our everything, they kill us. They don't want the world to know what happened 4,000 years ago. But thank God that God has sent our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, to come and take us to that promised land. This man has already sacrificed everything. Let us just join hands, do the needful. This is what he wants. Let us speak the truth. Let us see the truth and say this is the truth. Let us see the lie. Tell the world that this is lie. So, my brothers and sisters all over the world, this man has done a lot of things for us. Please and please, let us do the needful so that we'll get out of that bedding ground called Nigeria. That place is a business place where all foreigners go and buy and go. So please and please, anyone who does one better thing for in life or in generation, let that person continue go to the Nigerian and stay. Or those of our leaders, those they call Igbo leaders, those Biafran leaders, those people, when Biafran come, let them pack their family, pack any of their things, go and stay with where they belong to. Because we don't want to stay. Light and darkness cannot stay together. When there is light, darkness will run away. This is Biafra. Please and please. Mazi, give me a little chance. Let me talk to my people in my dialects. My fellow Biafrans all over the world, my name is Kenneth Mazi. I'm coming from Obudu. Why I'm in Lebanon. Please and please, Obwanegi, Mitimamana no. My join Liwa Ibekolile IPOB. Liwa ni all over the world. Hating and show fine Hogan. Liwa yin. Liwa yin yang will do tan heliwa and Beko le Mazi Namdi Kano. For no you can utan. Lindelali Kwalo Bontan of Biafra. Lindelali Shashila Kikbali. Equal family utan, equal generation utan without Biafra means little hope here. Wo join the war and join the war struggling uho kikwang will follow waga, uho kikwang will follow generation uga. So Wanagi meet mamma no, Mikun Jesu Timamna no, my join the war is a listen the IPOP. She the needful in Lely Balhabo. Kubon ho kolo Nigeria na kubon ho na kuyo bon ho ilo ni no bon ezino bon ho na ye etinya show yo bon ezino yo Nigeria be deport uga be call go ahead le o shi ya ho bon ya etinya show ye bon ho na Nigeria na no mi Nigeria ye yi tian shi be nja kwom yi tian shi be shi bibibia so go bana gimeti mamna no ma join Biafra join IPOP linele equal bontan. Thank you so much, lovers of freedom. May God Almighty continue to bless you people and keep you people safe for us. So shall it be in Jesus' name. Amen.
We say thank you very much. We are not going anywhere. Of course, we are inching closer to this evening segment. Our people must draw consolation in the single fact that men and women gave up more than we can imagine just because of Biafra. Are you there, caller on the line?
Yeah. Good evening, God.
Good evening from here. Go ahead, please.
My name is Wode Abraham. I'm calling from Ebony State, Biafra land. I want to thank you for the good work you have done for us. Greet Namandeka, and I call him Ezoku Brian Allah Biafra. A man I have never seen not like him. I said, may wonderful God, which I am serving, bless, give him long life, prosperity.
I think we lost that caller. Caller on WhatsApp, are you there?
Onyeibe.
Good evening from here. Go
Good
ahead,
evening, sir.
please.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Go ahead.
This is Emeka calling you from Oka. I'm from Nnewi. I'm a native of Nnewi. Calling you from Oka. This is my first time caller. I've been trying. I can get you through WhatsApp line. But it have been difficult for me. I thank you. I thank you people for what you people are doing for us and our leader Mazi Nnamdi and our deputy leader Uchemefo. I also thank God for bringing Mazi Nnamdi, raising Mazi Nnamdi to come and rescue us from this zoo. Because people don't know what we are into in this country, in this mess. I really don't know what you're into. Yeah, what we are into in this zoo in this zoo is more than hellfire. Is more than hellfire. But some people don't understand. And I thank God for Mazi and come.
Thank you very much.
I really thank you people for what you do for doing.
Thank you very much. Of course, this is where we draw the curtain for this evening segment. Biafrans must understand. We have 1,000,001 reason why we must continue pushing until we get home. And simply no reason why we should stop. Except we really don't understand what Biafra represents. Women have given up their life. Millions more are ready to die if that is what it takes. But we will get there. As I'm signing off from here, remain focused, remain Biafra, understand our destination. Our story has not changed, but it will very soon. Goodbye from here and good night.
United Nations, you gave us law of self-determination. We followed your principles in freedom fighting. But why does the life of a black man doesn't matter to you all? Biafrans are being massacred in large quantities. Instead of getting help from you people, you got us shifted.
This is the story of